time needed to complete the job. So the formula for this is a fraction done by person A plus a fraction of the job done by the person B is equal to the fraction of the job that done by both of them if they work together. So what does this mean? So for example, if a person finished a task in 5 hours, this meant that in 1 hour, this person finished 1/5 of the job. So then in T hour, this person finished T times 1/5 of the job. And we will use this rationale to solve the following. Working alone, Ryan can dig a 10 by 10 foot hole in 5 hours. Castell can dig the same hole in 6 hours. How long would it take them if they work together? Okay. So again, we will first identify the variable. Let T be the time it takes for them to finish the job together. So note that in 1 hour, Ryan finished 1/5 of the job. Castell will finish 1/6 of the job. And working together, in 1 hour, they finish 1/T of a job. So put this all together, 1/5 plus 1/6 equal 1/T. So then add the fraction on the left hand side. The lowest common denominator is 30. So 5 plus 6 is 11. 1/T. This means T equals 30/11, and that is about 2.73 hours. So together, they take 2.73 hours to dig a hole. That is 10 by 10 foot. Let's take a look at the next example. Betty and Karen have been hired to paint a house. Working together, they can paint the house in 2/3 the time that they take Karen working alone. Betty takes 6 hours to paint the house alone. How long does it take for Karen to paint the house working alone? Again, we will start by identifying the variable. So let T be the time it takes for Karen to paint the house. This means together it takes them 2/3 times T hour to finish to paint the house. Again, let's go back to our rationale. In 1 hour, Karen finished 1/T of a job. Betty finished 1/6 of the job. And together, they finish 1 divided by 2/3 T of the job. Okay, so let's put this together. 1 over t plus 1 over sit equal 1 divided by 2/3 t. This equation looks intimidating. But if you start with the left-hand side, let's add them together first and then slowly solve it from there. It won't be too much. So the left-hand side, sit plus t divided by sit t, then equal 1 divided by 2/3 t. So this means 2 over 3t times sit plus t equal to sit t. Distribute, we get 4t plus 2 over 3t squared equals sit t. Factor out t. Okay. So here, the first answer doesn't make sense, right? It cannot take them 0 hours to finish the job. So together, they finish painting the house in 3 hours. The next type of problem that we're looking at here is the distance, rate, and time. And you should be familiar with this formula. Distance equals rate times time. So let's take a look at the first problem. Wendy took a trip from Davenport to Omaha. That is a distance of 300 miles. She traveled part of the way by bus, which arrived at the train station just in time for her to complete the journey by train. The bus averaged 40 miles per hour and the train averaged 60 miles per hour. The entire trip took her 5.5 hours. How long did she spend on the train? Okay. So let x be the amount of time that she spent on the train. So let's start this problem by drawing a picture. From Davenport to Omaha. And this is the distance of 300 miles. So she traveled part of the trip by bus and by train. The bus traveled at 40 miles per hour and the train at 60 miles per hour. She spent X hours on the train, which means she spent 5.5 minus X hour on the bus. So we know that the distance equals the rate times time. So the distance from Davenport to Omaha is equal to the distance that she spent on the bus plus the distance that she spent on the train. And I'll use this fact to set up the formula. So 300 is equal to 40 times 5.5x plus 60 times x. Solve this equation for x. So she spent 4 hours on the train. Joey and Natasha start from the same point and walk in the opposite direction. Joey walked 2 kilometers per hour faster than Natasha. After 3 hours, they are 30 kilometers apart. How fast did each walk? Okay, so let's start by drawing the picture. So here's the starting point. Joey's walk in one direction and Natasha in the other. So let x be the rate in which Natasha walked. And since Joey walked faster, the rate for Joey will be x plus 2. I can set up this equation as follows. I know that Natasha walked for x kilometers per hour for 3 hours. Joey walked for x plus 2 kilometers per hour 3 hours. After 3 hours, they are 30 kilometers apart. This meant this 30 kilometers equal the distance that walked by Natasha plus the distance that walked by Joey. So then 30 is equal to 3x plus 3 times x plus 2. Solve for x in this equation. So Natasha walked at the rate of 4 kilometers per hour. And Joey at 6 kilometers per hour.